Welcome to JenPenCreations. I'm Jen. Today, we are going to talk about the grand illusion of forever. Now, this is one that hits me kind of personally. Well, I mean, all of them have hit me personally. I've got stories about them all. But this one really hurt hard. The first time I had to deal with this concept was really difficult for me. And we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about some ways to overcome this illusion of forever that is not tangible, that we can never grasp for some reason. So stay with me and we'll get right to it. Gonna get right to it and start with these ways that we feel forever. The first one for me was my comfort zone and stability in my life as a child. I'm gonna tell you, my childhood wasn't extremely chaotic. Like, we moved a little bit in my early childhood, but I lived most of my life in one place, and we didn't really have a whole lot going on. Everything was literally the same all the time, including the screaming, yelling, alcohol. All of the crazy stuff that goes on was also very stable in my life at that time. And as a child, you don't have control over it. And my comfort zone, or what was supposed to be my comfort zone, my home life, was a war zone mentally. While outside everything looked stable, and everything, even the war zone, was stable in my life. It was all the time. So when I felt like that, I felt like this was going to be my life. And actually, I was made to believe that this was going to be my life forever. I was never allowed to move away. I was never allowed to do my own thing, or I had my whole life was basically planned out for me from a very young age, and this was just the way it was because that's the way it's always been. Generation after generation, everybody lives like this. You're not going to be any different. This is the way it's going to be, and you're stuck in this forever. As a 12-year-old, that concept is very scary. And I really did think, I believed in the concept of forever and the fact that this weird stability I had in my life was going to be that forever. I did attempt to take my own life a couple of times in junior high. I've been through therapy for that. I am very thankful and blessed that I didn't, because now I have 4 amazing children and 7 very beautiful grandchildren that I just could not exchange for anything in this world. And because that forever actually did die, and I realized that forever was an illusion. And in the moment of me attempting that, I'm pretty positive that the reason it didn't work is because I didn't attempt it good enough. Just because deep down, I knew I didn't want to leave. And I knew there was this voice inside me that just kept telling me that I just have to wait. I just have to be patient and wait just a little bit longer, and things will get better for me. And I listened to that voice for many years. It had told me that my life would get much better. I just needed to remember to wait for that change to come. So that idea of forever, it really ended up hurting me as a child. And I think that our ideas of forever will always hurt us. Actually, I don't think that it's healthy at all to think that anything will last forever. And I'm just going to talk about forever being until the end of your life. Logic tells me that right now, I have right now. And I mean, if you believe in scripture, it all tells you that God only gives you today. He gives you right now. He doesn't even give you today. He doesn't even give you 2 hours from now. He gives you right now. And you have to do with what you have right now. But the Bible also teaches us to save and invest for the future. So all the Bible is men being inspired by God to do things and write about it. I mean, shoot, I could write a whole book about all the stuff I was inspired by God, that I feel as though I was inspired by God to do. This YouTube channel being one of them. But the concept of forever only hurts us in the long run if we continue to dive down that concept and stay in it. Because nothing lasts our entire lifetime. Nothing does. Not that I know of. I mean, happiness comes and goes. Happiness is not forever. You don't meet the love of your life, get married, have children, get a house, or good job or dog or whatever, and it's just happiness and sunshine and unicorns and roses all the time. I mean, how can you know that you're happy if you're never sad? Then how can you be thankful for that happiness if you've never experienced the sadness? And in our relationships and in our life, we're going to have sadness with our happiness. Happiness will never be forever. The storybooks always say happily ever after. Happily ever after. That's like happily forever. And you can't be happy forever because you wouldn't even know that you were happy if you were just happy all the time and you just had happiness forever. So weird. We also associate forever with love. That we're going to meet our true love and ride off into the sunset and live happily ever after. That's just bogus bullshit. That's never gonna happen. You'll meet someone. You can meet someone who you can fall in love with. Everybody can. I mean, it's possible. I've met numerous people in my life that I have fallen in love with. But like I said, forever's a grand illusion. It's a mirage. We'll never be able to touch it. It's not tangible. You can't ever reach forever with any one thing or any one person. My oldest daughter's biological father lured me with forever. I was 16. I mean, I was 17 when I had her. I was 16 and he was so cool. He was so much older than me, and I mean 3 years, but he was older than me. He was cool and I listened to him. He gave me everything I ever wanted to hear because, I mean, coming from a household with lots of screaming and alcohol and yelling and degrading and stuff like that, when you hear how beautiful you are and how amazing you are and that everything about you is just gorgeous and cute and wonderful and we're gonna be together forever and let's have a baby, please. I fell for that. I totally did. And I believed him when he told me he wanted to be with me forever and we were gonna have a family and we were gonna be me and him and our family forever. And I allowed the sex without a condom. Got myself pregnant. Basically got pregnant and he dumped me. Yeah, I was that statistic. The teen mom with a loser boyfriend who lied to me and I ate it up like pudding. Ugh. But you can't go back in time. And that was like the second time I got kicked in the teeth with the word forever. You'd think I learned my lesson after 2. I didn't. Several years later, about 5 years later, I mean, I knew with my second daughter that relationship was not going to be forever. And honestly, I knew it and I didn't care. I didn't really want it to be forever. I was A-okay with that relationship going. He was a raging alcoholic and I didn't really get smart about it until it was too late and I found out I was pregnant. And it wasn't my baby's fault, so I kept the baby and kicked the dude out of my life. I was done with that. So moving on from that, 5 years later, I was fooled again with the word forever. And that was when I got married to my first husband. And he did the same thing to me. You would think I would have learned my lesson with the first one. Just feeding me lines of bullshit and I ate it up like candy. But I was 21, 22, and I needed some love in my life or something. I needed something in my life, and I thought that was it. I thought that getting married and being with a man in the military would give us stability, and it would be forever because I got married this time, and you know, marriage is forever, right? Like, this person is supposed to be just with you forever, and you are going to be just with them forever till the day you die. That's forever. But that's just not real. Sometimes you pick the wrong one, okay? Regardless of how it feels, that may not be the person for you. Or maybe that's just the person for you right then because you really need to learn some stuff. I know I did. I had to learn a whole lot. He lured me with beautiful words and forever. And I literally thought that marriage meant forever. Long story short, the man cheated on me with over 40 women in 2 years. I'm very blessed and thankful that I got a set of twins out of the situation and no STDs. But that was when I realized that even marriage isn't forever. Nothing lasts forever. And fooling ourselves into thinking that something's gonna last forever is, in my personal opinion, extremely toxic. Because all it does is cause life to kick you in the fucking teeth over and over and over again. Why on earth do you want that to happen? Honestly, I think that the only way we can really overcome this grand illusion of forever that we all seem to have ingrained in us, because I have still fallen for it over and over again. And I still have to remind myself all the time, forever doesn't exist at all for anybody. When you're with someone, like right now, I do have a boyfriend and I've been with him for a while. Our forever is going to be however long our forever is. And that's just the way life is. We need to learn how to embrace that. Embrace the fact that everything changes all the time and learn how to move with it. I mean, REO Speedwagon said it the best. Roll with the changes. I mean, learn how to roll when the change comes. And honestly, happiness can go with you throughout your whole life. You just have to be realistic and know that when you are in a super happy phase of your life, that phase isn't gonna last forever, and that sadness does come. Ups and downs and ups and downs. That's what life is about. So you take it and you embrace it and you love it. You love it and you embrace it by basing your relationships in the things you align with now. Not in those past promises that you were giving yourself, that you've done or said to yourself over and over again, or that somebody else said to you over and over again and you believed it. Like, don't base your relationships on those past things, those past promises going on. You need to base your relationships today on the morals, the values, and the things that align with you today. Set new boundaries for what you align with today. Like I said in that video of, you do have the choice to change. You are allowed to change. Actually, embracing change is what we need to do in order to not fall victim to these grand illusions. I'm constantly still reminding myself to not fall victim to this grand illusion of forever, because boy, is it fun to hang on to. Just the idea of being happy forever, I love that idea. That is a grand, huge, awesome idea. But I also have to be brought back down to reality to realize happiness comes in bursts, and we need to treasure all of our little happy moments and wad them all up into one huge big happiness life ball. Like, I'm not super happy every day of my life. I have sad days. I have moments where I just cry. And sometimes I have legitimate reasons to cry, and I cry. I get sad. Sadness is a part of life. It happens. We're supposed to get sad. We're supposed to get down. We're supposed to, so that we can embrace those times when we are happy and remember those times when we are happy, when we're sad, so that we can pull ourselves back up out of that sadness. So embrace that change. Embrace everything that's coming around you. If you are lucky enough to see the change coming, you hook it and grab it and pull it in and embrace it and roll with that change and move with the flow of life. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you go out and do something awesome for yourself or somebody that you care about today. Show someone you love them. Believe me, it does make a difference. I try to make people feel like I am a blessing in their life. If I'm in your life and I'm not making it better, the fuck am I doing in there? I should be a part of your life to make it better. And you should go out and be a part of somebody else's life to make it better. Go do something today that's awesome and amazing for you and a friend. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.